Welcome once again to a Chef Knives to Go quick look product review, and I'm Steve Gamache, and what we have this time is the Kurosaki Shizuku series R2 Wa, or Japanese handled Bunka, a 165mm knife. So let's unpack all that. So this line of knives you can see has a very unique finish on them. Kurosaki-san has become kind of renowned for his different finishes, and he does some excellent work and creates some awesome looking, awesome performing knives. So this particular lineup is made out of a 3-layer construction, and the hard core cutting steel in the center of those 3 layers is known as R2 powdered metallurgy full stainless steel. It's an excellent stainless steel that's pretty reasonable to sharpen, but has really good edge retention. Heat treat around 62, maybe 63 Rockwell for that core steel, so not super high hardness. The cladding is a soft stainless cladding, full stainless cladding on either side of that stainless core, so it's a completely stainless knife. And as you can see, the cladding has some really cool kind of random pattern marks to it, and there is some kanji in there. I think it might be the laser engraved style. They're kind of switching to that, but it's still got a little bit of a raised feel to it. But very nice looking knife. We'll get a little bit better close-up of it. Weight and dimensions can vary a little bit from knife to knife. This particular one is 119 grams or 4.2 ounces, so it's quite light. The edge length, this one's about 162 millimeters or 6.4 inches. Overall length about 312 millimeters. Spine thickness, again, it's going to vary, but these tend to be a little thicker coming out of the handle where the tang goes in. This one's about 3 millimeters at the back of the heel, and I measured it about 1.9 halfway down the blade. This Bunka style has that reverse sword tip on it. You can see you've got a fair amount of polish here. You can see the lighting kind of bouncing off of it. But if you look closely, you'll see a nice grind where it thins out towards the tip, and that tip's pretty doggone thin. I don't know about you, that's thin. So this will perform excellent at the tip for detail work. It should fly through onions. Here is your edge profile, your choil shot. So this is nice and thin at the edge as well. This is an excellent performing knife. Got a fairly large blade road height-wise, and so this is going to perform great. You've got a little bit of texture to that blade flat in the pattern, so you'll get a little bit of food release characteristics along with that. Blade height is about 45.3 on this sample, so you got lots of space for your finger for a pinch grip, not a problem. Handles are just well-crafted octagonal rosewood with a black Packawood ferrule, and usually the fit and finish is pretty good on these. This one, you can feel a little bit of the variation between the two materials, but it's pretty smooth. Good tight glue-up joint where the tang goes in. Rosewood's not the world's lightest wood, and this is a fairly small blade, so your balance point on this one is going to be right in that area. So behind a pinch grip if you're doing that. Slightly handle heavy bias on the weight, balance on it. Balance point. Circumference on this handle was about 72 millimeters where the two materials meet. And I guess let's grab our beauty shot here. So this out of the box edge, I'm going to say 6, 7 out of 10. Very sharp, nicely crafted out of the box edge. Really good fit and finish, as is pretty standard for his shop, what he produces. And you'll see really cool, unique cladding pattern imprinted on there, embossed in there. I have one of these in a 240 for a couple years or more, and food, you might have to work a little bit, but unless you do certain things where the food really wants to stick to it, like a lot of sweet potatoes or something like that, I haven't really found food like getting in there and kind of hard to clean off the cladding. I really haven't found it to be an issue. If you're curious, you do have some kanji on there. I think it's laser engraved. It doesn't look hand chiseled, but it's there. It's a little hard to tell because it's pretty busy, as you can see. And then the blade road themselves, there is a cladding line. It's pretty faint, but it's there. You can see that wavy line there. So that's your cladding line. You've got a nice kind of polish and a little bit of relief on the corners of the spine. You've got nice polish and corner relief on the choil. You've got that curve there that goes into the tang. So there's a great spot for your finger for a pinch grip here. Very comfortable. Let's see, we already did the balance point. I guess the last thing would be to put it on the cutting board. So here's our cutting board. And here's our profile. So this has a pretty nice flat spot towards the back. Variations will occur between knife to knife, you know, because of the way they're made, but this one is definitely got a good flat towards the back half. It kind of flows into a stop at the heel, so this will chop awesome in the back half of this blade. The tip's very low, so this is not a rocker. It's not going to be that kind of knife, and I dig in pretty darn early. So this is really not going to be a rocker. This thing can be awesome for tip draws because you don't have to raise the knife very far. If you want to do some tip draws through product, man, this would be fantastic for that. And you can knock out some serious tip draw techniques with this thing. Push-pull cuts, glide cuts, some definite chopping towards the back half. So definitely this knife has a lot of potential depending on how you like to use your knife. Sorry, my cutting board is wanting to tip over here. So just great knife as per usual from his offering. Nice and straight, well crafted, good sharp out of the box edge, and great looking, really great performing as well. So this is the Kurosaki Shizuku R2 Awa, Japanese handled Bunka 165mm knife.